One of the biggest, most secretive companies in the world just made a massive public mistake. And it happened in China, of all places. What this blunder reveals tells us something deeply unsettling about the future of artificial intelligence. For just a few hours, Apple Intelligence, their biggest new feature, was live in a country where it's not even supposed to exist yet. This wasn't just some small bug. No, this was a glitch that blew the lid off a multi-billion-dollar dilemma that Apple is facing right now. Okay, so let's get into it. How on earth does a company like Apple, famous for its ironclad control, accidentally flip the switch on its most important new product in years? Here's how it all went down. On Monday morning, iPhone users across China wake up, and boom, there it is. Apple Intelligence, just sitting there active in their settings. By the afternoon, the tech world was losing its mind trying to figure out what was happening. And then, by that evening, poof, it just vanished from their phones as if it was never there. So how did we know so quickly that this was a huge blunder? Well, first, just think about it. Apple does not do quiet, middle-of-the-night launches for its biggest software updates. That's just not their style. But the real smoking gun, the feature was trying to use Google for things like image searches. And as you probably know, Google is completely banned in China. There was no way this was real. And this whole mess perfectly illustrates the massive wall Apple is smashing into. We're not just talking about translating some software. This is about trying to navigate what is basically the Great Firewall, but for AI. This really gets to the core conflict. You see, on one side, you have Apple Intelligence. It's built to run on global data. It needs services like Google to work right. But on the other side, you have China's rules, which are absolute. Foreign AI is heavily restricted, and absolutely nothing launches without the government giving it the green light first. And that green light has to come from this agency, the Cyberspace Administration of China, or the CAC. You can think of them as the ultimate gatekeepers. Every single AI model has to be tested and signed off by them before it can reach the public. And that whole process, it's been notoriously slow. So this regulatory gridlock puts Apple in a really dangerous spot. Because in China's incredibly competitive market, it is already falling seriously behind in the AI race. I mean, while Apple is stuck waiting for paperwork, its biggest local rivals, Huawei and Xiaomi, are already out there with their own AI features in the hands of millions of people. For Apple, every day they have to wait is another day they lose more ground. But this is where the story gets really interesting. This massive screw-up, this accidental launch, it actually gave us something incredibly valuable. It gave us a rare, totally unfiltered glimpse into what the future of AI is going to look like. Because it answers the one big question everyone's been asking. What would a government-approved version of Apple Intelligence actually be like once it's been tailored to fit China's rules? The answer, it turns out, is a censored AI. See, to get approval, Apple has to partner with a local Chinese company. And hidden in the code that was accidentally released, there were references to an AI model from the Chinese tech giant Baidu. This confirms the plan to launch a version of Apple Intelligence that is specifically designed to filter out and block any information the Chinese government finds unacceptable. And that discovery brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't just about Apple anymore. It's a global problem that this whole incident just forced out into the open for all of us. As AI gets woven into every part of our daily lives, how far should American tech companies go to change their products just to fit the rules of other countries? Where do we, and where do they, draw the line between doing business and making a serious compromise?